Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I wanted to talk quickly about the top 3 things that are going to help you on your journey as you're teaching your children Qur'an or helping them memorize the Qur'an. And this is in particular in regards to parents. I'm not talking about Qur'an teachers or Qur'an schools and things like that. This is directed towards the parents. There are top 3 tips, and I think this is sometimes what we forget. Those are the top 3 ingredients that I have found to be very important on this journey. Number 1 is love. Your love towards Allah and the book of Allah, and your love towards your children. And so the top ingredient is love, and I think sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we put a lot of pressure on our kids. Sometimes we turn negative. Sometimes we start to criticize. Sometimes we want them to keep a certain schedule, and then we forget that we're doing all this for the sake of love, right? And so we need to include that specific ingredient and remind ourselves that we love the Quran, that we love Allah's words, and this is the primary reason why we're memorizing it in the first place. I think this is something that gets forgotten often, especially when we're in the midst of that routine, when we're following a daily schedule, we're just kind of grinding, we're trying to get it done, and a lot of times the kids don't feel it anymore. We don't feel it anymore. So this is just a reminder that the top ingredient is love. To be loving towards our children, to transfer that love towards the Quran and the book of Allah, through our behavior, through us reading, through us being careful how we address the issue of memorization, because there's a lot of negativity that surrounds them to daily life, and we kind of forget that love is the first thing. The second point that I want to mention is the connection, the relationship between your child. This is something that is really, really key. If the relationship between your child is not going well, if you're struggling to understand your child, if your child is struggling to connect with you, that's going to have a huge impact on the Quran memorization. There will be struggles, there will be conflict in the relationship. So the second ingredient is working on that relationship, working on that connection, being close to your child. And sometimes as parents, we forget, we just say we love our children, we take care of them, of course, but that love and the care and the connection is not always felt by the child. So we're talking here about the connection and the love felt by the child. Does the child feel the love and the connection? Does the child feel that you care? Or is the child thinking, oh, mama and baba only care if I complete such and such? Is your love conditional? And particularly in regards to Quran memorization, that can be quite damaging if the children feel that we only approve of them if they have memorized a certain portion, and so if they make mistakes, if their muraja gets weak, they can feel this sort of negativity coming from us, that we're disappointed in them. So make sure that you focus on the connection to your children and work on the relationship. So this is the second ingredient. And the third ingredient is consistency. So what do I mean by consistency? By consistency, I mean not giving up. So just don't quit. Don't quit. There will be times where it's really difficult. There will be times where you don't feel like it. There will be times where your children don't feel like it. There will be times where you might take a long break altogether. And I've done this with my children as well, be it due to travel or a new baby added to the family. But just don't quit. Always make a comeback, and that's that consistency. Try to stay consistent even if you do a little bit at a time, even if you switch up your methods, even if you switch up your schedule entirely, even if you take a break. Sometimes you might take a break from memorization, but you just focus on reading, but don't ever quit. So don't quit, and always keep coming back to the book of Allah. And to be honest, this is part of our motivation now to continue with this channel, because we have taken a break from memorization in a very strict sense, the way we were doing it for many years, and so we're making a comeback. So as long as you come back, as long as you keep trying, that's what consistency means. And so as long as you don't quit, maybe the results won't be quick. Maybe your child won't memorize in a year and a month, what we usually hear, the stories. But as long as we're on this journey together, that's what matters. So the consistency matters. So the top 3 ingredients are love, connection, and consistency. And inshallah, you will see success on this journey. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.